Hello everybody. It is Tuesday, the 22nd of November. I want to talk about the patience of the saints and about compassion and about what it is we're being taught and show you in this world that this is not working and that we are not the fullness of ourselves if we go the way of compassion. We are not utilizing all our options. Now, I was thinking this morning again about Carl Jung, and I've heard it about others now. I've just heard another video saying that man doesn't seem to be capable of making his own decisions. You know, that they are very timid when it comes to making judgments. And especially Carl Jung, who, I don't know what he was doing, because he did point it out. He did point out the church, yeah? And that the church doctrine, judges you by their doctrine. And that you submit to that judgment. So he pointed it out. At the same time he was saying, I don't understand why, why man judges himself so badly and why, where is this all coming from? Well, either he did not see it himself because he said it, or there seems to be this thing, if you have the knowledge, don't give it to anybody else. Every person should find that truth within themselves. I heard the same in the Kabbalah. The light is not given, the light of understanding is not given. Because you need to have a desire for it. Well, I guess that's one way. Let nature take its course, until everybody is ready to hear it. But, dear God, we'll be sitting here forever. And another thing is, and here we come to the patience of the saints and to compassion, that is the way. Now, again, I want to use an analogy out of this world, because this world was created out of the higher knowledge, out of the field. And the principles of the field are still showing themselves in the solid form. It has not detached. The solid form is not detached from the higher principle. It is in it and it's showing itself inside of the form. So if we're talking about compassion, and as I said, compassion knocks on the door, and the door needs to be opened from inside for compassion to move in. So then we come to the patience of the saints. Just stand there knocking. Yeah, keep knocking. Keep knocking, and be patient. Somebody will open eventually. Another analogy another picture I want to show is really the picture of the mountain. And it is the idea of the raindrop, that it will eventually wear down the mountain. So, again, patience of the saints, think like a god, think in aeons. Eventually the mountain will go. There is a problem with that. There's a very big problem with that. Because whilst you're standing there like a saint, dripping, gently knocking, drip, 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 that would work if the mountain were static. And mountains, even in this world, are not static. They rise. They rise all the time. So you're standing there, drip, 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 while that other thing is rising up. And you're not getting there. It cannot do it. The mountains right now are rising faster than our drip, drip, drip is holding it back. And again, we're looking at the two sides of the teaching in the Bible. where God was the seat of judgment in the Old Testament. God is the seat of judgment. He is the one that is telling you what to do. He judges what is good and what is bad, and then see that in the Old Testament, God judges what is good and bad according to his intention. You know, my will must be done, and whatever serves it, I declare good and righteous. Whereas in the New Testament, the seat of judgment hath shifted to us. We are the judges. That is a fundamental change that Jesus brought. He shifted the seat of judgment to man. So there we are. We are supposed to be the judges. I've lost my thread. And then for us to be of sound judgment, yeah, we cannot be in compassion all the time. I mean, as I just showed you, no, it does not wear down the mountain over time. But we need to be aware of our other energies, that when compassion, if the door is not being opened, use something else. And at the same time, if you see the two sides, and if the mountain that is rising right now, and still unconscious, still not quite understanding what is actually happening, but the mountain that is rising at the moment is the Christ Spirit. Still at the point where we're saying, well, God's judgment or the judgment of the mighty is not just. But still not understanding what just actually is and who should be the judge, if not them. So as I said, and then understand that the seat of judgment has shifted to you. But now that the Christ Spirit is trying to exert itself again, are the mighty going drip, drip, drip according to what they're teaching us? Are they going against our rising by going drip, drip, drip? They don't. They've got the power hose out. They've got the water cannons out to keep us down. The whole thing, and this world is still under the law. This world is under the law. The Christ Spirit has never risen into full consciousness, into what it actually was, it said. And again, you can see the system, the old system of God ruling over, all over this world, and the mighty as the embodiment of that thought. You can see it in this world. It is here. So then, as I said, in order to be of sound judgment, you need to have two sides to reason. And right now we're only being given one side, because what is sold to us as the Christ Spirit is actually the law. So then unconsciously we are actually standing there without anything to discern, because we are not being given two sides. I said in a much earlier video, and I said a lot of things, and the meaning of what I've actually said is only coming to the fore more and more now. So I said, when our spirit rises, we must get past the gods. That the gods are like a net around this world. And again, it's like a spiritual bubble. And we must get past the edges of that bubble. And we're only going into the next bubble. Yeah, we're not going into all, because we cannot exist in all. But the greater bubble was the Christ Spirit, so we must get past the gods into that next bubble. And that is going into becoming the judges, going past their judgment into we are becoming the judges. And at the moment, the gods, the mighty, the system that this thought has created is standing between us and our own sound judgment, which is why they can rule over us, because we're not of sound judgment. And you see it in every aspect of this world, where something is between you and what you should actually have, or should be in charge of yourself. Yeah? The government is between you and what you can do. It creates the law of what you can do, not you. The church is between you and what it declares God. So you must go through the church, and the church is telling you what is what. The bank is between you and your money, where you should be in charge of your money and what you do with it. And as I said, they're now building a system where they can just take it away from you if you don't do as you are told. So there is really the thing that something is between you and what you truly are. And that is what we must get past, and we must stand there and say, I am. The seat of judgment is with me. And it is according to my conscience, and it is according to what I know to be good and bad. And as again, the patience of the saints will not get you there, because that mountain is rising faster than your drip, drip, drip of compassion will keep it down. So you're more than compassion. Our energies come to us. They bring us awareness of something. Fear brings you awareness of danger. Anger brings you awareness of injustice. Yes, compassion is wanting to help. There is something wrong, and it is the desire to help. But we must listen to our emotions, and they should carry us. Yeah, and anger, when there is true injustice, anger is righteous. Anger is righteous, and then that energy should carry you. Not being overcome by it. Wrath is a mindless beast. Don't go there. You are a sentient, you are an intelligent being, so be master of your energies, but be carried by the energy that would actually serve you at this moment in time. Anyway, I think I shall leave it at this for today, and I talk to you again soon. Bye.